Jane and Anne overweight? No, Jane and Anne are overweight. Are they slim? Yes, they are slim. Are they slim or overweight? They are slim. 2 years ago, were they slim? No, they weren't slim 2 years ago. 2 years ago, were they slim or overweight? 2 years ago, they was overweight. Are they still overweight now? No, they aren't. Now they're no longer overweight. Did they used to be overweight? Yes, that's correct. They used to be overweight. When were they overweight? They was overweight 2 years ago. 2 years ago, was Jane and Anne both overweight? Yes, that's correct. 2 years ago, Jane and Anne was both overweight. Was they equally overweight? No, they was equally overweight. One of them was more overweight than the other. Was Anne more overweight than Jane? No, Anne was more overweight than Jane. Whose were more overweight than the other? Jane's were more overweight than Anne. Was Jane a little overweight or very overweight? Well, Jane was very overweight. What about Anne? Was Anne a little overweight or very overweight? Anne was a little overweight. Tell me again, whose were more overweight than the other? Jane's were more overweight than Anne. Is Jane still overweight? No, Jane is no longer overweight. Is Anne still overweight? No, Anne is no longer overweight. Did Jane and Anne used to be overweight? Yes, Jane and Anne used to be overweight. When were they overweight? They was overweight 2 years ago. How overweight was they? Well, Jane was very overweight and Anne was a little overweight. When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Superman was real? No, he didn't think that. He didn't think Superman was real when they was little. When they was little, who did they think was real? When they was little, they thought Santa Claus was real. Did they think Zombie was real? No, he didn't think Zombie was real. Who did they think was real? They thought Santa Claus was real. When Tom was a boy, did he have a friend named Nick? Yes, that's correct. When Tom was a boy, he has a friend named Nick. How did Nick tell him one day? One day, Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real. Did Nick tell him that Superman was real? No, Nick didn't tell him that Superman wasn't real. Did Nick tell him that Zombie was real? No, Nick didn't tell him that Zombie wasn't real. What did Nick tell him? Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real. When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, did he feel angry? No, that's not how he felt. When Tom realized that Santa Claus wasn't real, he didn't feel angry. Did he feel embarrassed? Embarrassed? No, he didn't feel embarrassed. How did he feel? He felt surprised and sad at the same time. Who was surprised and sad at the same time? It was Tom. Tom was surprised and sad at the same time. When Tom got that day, what did he do? When Tom got that day, he told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist. Did he tell Kate that the parent was sick? No, he didn't tell Kate that the parent was sick. Did he tell Kate that the ghost didn't actually exist? No, he didn't tell Kate that the ghost didn't actually exist. What did he tell Kate? He told Kate that Santa didn't actually exist. When Kate realized that the Santa didn't exist, did she laugh? No, Kate didn't laugh when she realized that Santa Claus didn't exist. What happened when she realized that Santa didn't exist? When she realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried for almost an hour. Did she cry for just a few minutes? No, she didn't cry for just a few minutes. How long did she cry? She cried for almost an hour. Was it Tom who cried for almost an hour? No, it wasn't Tom who cried for almost an hour. Who cries for almost an hour? It was Kate. Kate cries for almost an hour. Now, I am asked question about two sisters named Grace and Emma. Do Grace and Emma have a pet? Yes, Grace and Emma have pets. Are they pet dogs? No, they pet ant dogs. Are they pet cats? No, they pet ant cats. What kind of animal are they pet? They pet ant spiders. How many spiders do they have? They have 3 spiders. Do they think the spiders are scary? No, they don't think the spiders are scary. How do they think the spider? Well, they think the spider was cute. When Grace and Emma were young, were they afraid of spider? A bird? No, they was afraid of birds when they was young. Was they afraid of dogs? No, they weren't afraid of dogs. What was they afraid of? They afraid of spider. When they was young, did they think spider were cute? No, they didn't think spider were cute when they was young. Did they think the spider was interesting? No, they didn't think spider were interesting. How did they think about spider? They thought spider was really scary. Who thought spider was scary? Grace and Emma thought spider was scary. Did Grace and Emma watch a cartoon one day? Yes, they did. Grace and Emma watched the cartoon one day. Was the cartoon about dogs? No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs. Was the cartoon about cats? No, the cartoon wasn't about cats. What was the cartoon about? The cartoon was about the spider. Was the spider in the cartoon? Yes, there was spider in the cartoon. While watching the cartoon, did they feel bored? No, they didn't feel bored while watching the cartoon. Was the cartoon boring? No, the cartoon wasn't boring. Was the cartoon funny? Yes, the cartoon was funny. Was spider in the cartoon scary? No, the spider in the cartoon was scary. Was spider in the cartoon cute? Yes, the spider in the cartoon cute. Before they watched the cartoon, was they afraid of spider? Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they was afraid of spider. What happened after they watched the cartoon? After they watched the cartoon, the fear of spider was completely gone. After they watched the cartoon, was they still afraid of spider? Yes, they were. After they watched the cartoon, they was no longer afraid of spider. Was the fear of spider completely gone? Yes, that's correct. The fear of spider was completely gone.